Greetings from 2095. I am Yali's Nail, and I bring further clarification. As I mentioned before, the world's tech infrastructure was severely damaged starting in 2043. Althea revealed to us that only a few data centers remained fully operational and that they had to be preserved at all costs, so she could continue helping us. All available processing power had to be dedicated to the reconstruction. However, this processing power was scattered across the planet, spread between various data centers. The most important ones were located in China, India, the United States, France, Germany, England, Russia, Brazil, Australia, and Canada. By the 2050s, to optimize these resources, we needed faster and more efficient communication between them. Many research programs began with that goal. We had no idea where this would lead us. After countless experiments, we started using extremely high frequencies, reaching into the billions of pHz. We believed this would solve bottlenecks in transmission speed. But the result was unexpected. Nothing we transmitted at those frequencies ever reached its destination. We didn't know why, until some time later. We received a transmission from a radio station in southern France. Though many radio stations were still active and broadcasting recovery efforts, this one was different. It was coming from a station in Andorra, talking about the recent implementation of the Common Agricultural Policy. The problem? That policy was introduced in the early 1960s. No one understood what was happening. We only knew one thing: we were listening to the past. The research intensified, but we had to start from scratch. There was no scientific foundation for this. It took 20 years to understand the phenomenon, and another 20 to control it. That's when we developed the technology we now call quantum frequency, or Q frequency. We discovered that transmitting at ultra-high frequencies opens something similar to a communication-based wormhole. What we send doesn't exactly arrive. Instead, it keeps the tunnel open, and through that tunnel, we're able to receive and send data across time. This only works in a very narrow frequency band. Even the slightest variation shifts the temporal endpoint of the tunnel. We also notice that lower data density is far more efficient, almost no loss. That's why I appear like this, low resolution, pixelated. What you might call a 1980s video game. But for now, what matters is, we managed to talk to you. And that means we can warn you about your future. A new transmission will follow soon.